Welcome to the Call to Harmony, where we explore the inner journey to oneness with self, others, and the divine. Okay, everybody, welcome back to our podcast. We have not recorded in a little bit, so we may be rusty, but also we decided that we're going to just talk about what's going on for us right now. I think Tucker and I both are... Well, I said I'm I've taken a dip into the depths. So I don't know how Tucker would describe his experience, but we'll see where this goes. So welcome.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Savannah. We're just gonna have a conversation here. Explain to me what you mean by a dip into the depths.
Yeah,
That rolls off the tongue. I like it.
it does. It rolls off the tongue. It doesn't feel nice inside my body, but I think spiritually I think this journey has felt more burdensome lately. And so I feel like I've almost been drowning, but I have no idea where the life jacket is or anything to support me. I think I've also forgotten how to swim. So I think I'm just going down is what it feels like. And I can, go into more detail maybe as we go. But yeah, I've just felt just a lot of confusion. I've felt a lot of sadness. I've felt a lot of frustration. I've felt what I would say is everything but harmony. So a little frustrating.
Yeah. Thanks, Savannah. So confusion, sadness, frustration.
Mm.
And as you're feeling these, what are the messages that are coming up in your mind as you feel the confusion, the sadness, the frustration? What's kind of the background soundtrack in your head that you're hearing narrate or
Mm.
or comment on those experiences, those feelings?
Yeah, there's moments of God's not with you anymore. The
Mm,
spirit can't talk to you.
mhm.
You are being lazy, or you're caring more about worldly things than things that really matter. Um, you can't tell people this because they're gonna try and fix you, or they're not gonna understand. And the list goes on, but those are probably
Oh,
some of the
yeah.
bigger narratives happening at this moment.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing those. Sometimes those feel really scary and vulnerable to say out loud.
Yeah,
Is it okay if we work with one or two of those?
sure. Yeah.
Which one of those narratives feels most poignant to you right now?
Mm, probably the bit with, like, God and the spirit not communicating or working with me. I think feeling like I'm no longer... I don't know that I wanna use the word worthy, because I don't know that that feels fitting or resonates well, but I think just that there the communication is lacking because of where I'm at.
Mm,
I think feels the most, like, jarring, like, "Oh my gosh, am I not being influenced by divinity?" Feels a little, like, scary and, mm, yeah, maybe just sad, like, just a loss of connection. So, not
mhm.
even that I feel like I need to be guided in everything, but just that I I hope that that guidance is there, but I'm feeling like maybe it's not.
Yeah, so when that narrative comes up that God isn't with me, I can't access the spirit, tell me how that feels in your body.
Mm.
Like, where do you feel that coming up? What's the reaction of your body to that thought? Your feelings, your
My throat
sensations?
tightens and I want to cry,
Mhm.
which I feel it happening now.
Yeah.
I've cried a lot though this last few days, so I'm tired of crying.
Yeah.
But obviously something is needing to come out. So yeah, I think my throat is just like clenching, and it's either just trying to keep keep it down, or it's like, "No, purge it out, like, get it out." So,
Yeah.
I think that's what my body's doing.
Ah, that word clenching. Tell me about, as you as you ask your wise body, why the clenching? What is it what does it tell you? Why is there clenching there?
Hmm, that's a good question. My wise body, I've never thought of my body as wise.
Our bodies have an intelligence that is far beyond our brains
It's true.
oftentimes.
Mm, I don't know, maybe the correlation that's happening in my mind, and I don't know if this is what is actually happening, but clenching is making me think of I'm just trying to hold on to this thing I used to have. Like, I'm not wanting it to go away, even though I feel like it's already left me. It's almost like I'm, like, grasping for something. I don't know.
Yeah. So, holding on to the thing that you used to wanting to hold on to something. What is the thing?
I don't know. The p the way that things used to be, my
Mhm.
past self, my past religious experience, spiritual perspective. I think just the old version of me where things were easier.
Mm,
The warm bath, you know?
yeah.
Think I'm just kinda grasping for that, but I think it's gone, which is
Yeah.
sad.
Tell me about that. When you say, "I think it's gone."
Uh, I feel I can't go back to the way that I used to think or feel or believe or experience church, and part of me doesn't want to, but part of me is like, "Oh my gosh, that was so nice and convenient," but it was also connecting me to a lot of people in a lot of ways. I had a friend reach out and just this weekend when I was kind of taking this dip, and she said something of me being a spiritual guru, and I was like, "You have no idea what's happening." Uh, and I think subconsciously took pride in that I was that for some people, that I was this, like, spiritual example or leader or whatever, and I am grateful that I recognize now that I identified with that because that's not all of me, but I really strongly identified with that,
Mhm.
and that feels gone, that type of maybe spiritual example, and not that that's the goal of all of this, but I think I value helping people and being able to, support people in different ways, but anyway, I'm like, "Oh, I'm not that anymore. I'm not what I used to be to you."
Mm.
And it feels different with a friend that I've not talked to in a while, but I feel that with people that I'm closer to, like my mom and family, and I haven't even told them about this podcast because 'cause I'm a little scared. So sorry if we don't have supporters because I've not told anybody.
No, no. That's not what this is about.
Yeah. Yeah, but so, yeah, I think that version of me is gone, and I feel like it's the ripple effects of that are not just a lack of connection with God and maybe the spirit, but even potentially with people that I care a lot about.
Mm.
So,
That's a really heavy thought, that you might lose connection with people who are dear to you and that have been so meaningful to you.
mhm.
I just wanna stop and sit with that for a moment. not speed to fixing or changing or getting out of that place, even though oftentimes when we're feeling that, there's a part of us that's just screaming, "Get me out of here, back to safety."
For sure.
So it sounds to me, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounds to me that it feels like part of you is dying.
Yeah. It feels like part of me's dead.
Hmm.
Not even just dying. It feels like she's dead.
Yeah. So what do you feel like needs to happen in order to find harmony with this death?
I don't know. Probably some pieces of acceptance
Hmm.
and compassion, because I think part of me is sad that she's, this past self is no longer here. But part of me is also maybe a little bit mad that she existed.
Oh.
So, acceptance that she's gone, compassion that she existed,
Hmm.
and that there was purpose for her. Which in my head I know, but I think in my body it's like I was so closed off to loving people better, which feels hard because I've always, you know, cared a lot about people. So to think that there was a version of myself that couldn't love the way that I feel like I'm able to love now
Hmm.
feels a little frustrating, but also I know that she loved in other ways, so
Right.
there's a lot of pieces going on inside.
There are on the path to harmony. When there's a death, there's always a rebirth,
Mm,
right? And I can hear you talking about both in the same breath. Uh, there's something that's died that we miss, that we loved and we long for. And there's another part of us that's being reborn that we wouldn't we wouldn't want to not come into this world. We wouldn't want to deny for 1 second more than we had to. And how do these emotions coexist of mourning a death and trying to celebrate a birth and maybe even speed up a birth or whatever we're feeling, right? To bring
yeah.
more love into the world. Um, you're describing it so beautifully, Savannah. And what you're doing right now is moving toward harmony. Like I'm witnessing it as I watch you work through what's happening. And harmony isn't something that we rush toward, we run toward. It's something that finds us.
Mm,
And you mentioned acceptance and compassion, and those are the only way to keep moving forward, right? If we resist instead of accept, we stop our progress. And if we um, what's the opposite of compassion? If we judge ourselves, right, then that stops us as well. So, Savannah, spiritual guru Savannah, what you are like embodying right now is so beautiful,
mm,
and there's so much wisdom in this. And we started by saying, "Well, I'm in the depths. I went into a dip, like I've lost God, I've lost the Spirit. Kind of as you pause and think, as I repeat those to you, do you feel like that's true from all angles? That you lost God, you lost the Spirit?
No, but my brain likes to tell me otherwise, but no.
Mhm.
Deep down, I don't think that that's true from all angles.
Yeah. So, how might you be moving even deeper into God and the Spirit?
Mm. Yeah, I think that the changes that have happened in my spiritual journey I think the biggest piece has, like, allowed me to have more compassion for other people, and I think if God wanted anything from us, it's to love,
Mm,
and so I feel like if that's something that I'm doing, that I don't know how that would be disconnecting me from God.
mhm,
If these changes that are occurring, you know, are leading me to that, then in my mind it's leading me to God. I think sometimes it's hard maybe within the LDS church culture, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There's other behaviors or other things that might start shifting that make you think or believe that that connection cannot exist if you do or don't do certain things, right?
mhm,
No matter what it is, whether it's not reading scriptures or not praying as much or going to the temple or drinking coffee or doing other things, who knows, whatever it might be. But at the core of what's happening to me, like the way my character is changing, the way that I'm interacting with people, which I feel like is the most important. I think those things are aligning more with the God that I believe in and the way that he maybe hoped we would live this life. So the other stuff gets in the way of that a lot though.
hmm. It does, and the other stuff has served you super well,
Mhm.
right? The other stuff, um, the the guidelines, the rules, the things that have kept you in a place where you felt like you could be close to God. Um, they're all part of the harmony of all things, right?
Mm,
And moving deeper into harmony is learning to see, oh, all of it is grace.
mm,
All of it is helping us move deeper into God. And as we as we mature, as we grow, some of the shame, some of the feelings of unworthiness and things because we could never be enough according to the rules or to the law, right? We could
mm.
never live up to all of the expectations of perfection.
Yeah.
Some of those might die with some of the certainty that dies, right? Like the loss of certainty and safety is terrifying.
Yeah.
But as we lose certainty and safety, we also lose shame and lose condemnation
Yeah.
and are able to open up into love more. What an exchange.
Yeah. That's wild.
Well, Savannah, I really appreciate you sharing all of this. And I'm hearing that there is greater love emerging in you. There is, even though it feels like uh, you're you felt more distant from God and spirit, it feels like you're more distant from God and spirit,
Mm,
right? And
mhm.
that's different from being more distant from God and spirit. So, what do you feel like you're learning from just observing yourself through this transition time?
Mhm. Mm, I think I'm learning things that maybe I already kind of knew in my head in a cognitive way, but I'm experiencing it in this wise body that I have.
Mhm.
Just that change is necessary, that change is uncomfortable, that change is growth, and that's good, and that seasons exist in nature and in our lives, and that there's, a time and a place for all things. So I've said many of those things many times,
Mhm.
but I am living those things now in a way that I feel like I've never lived, or maybe to this level of intensity or depth that I, haven't had before. So all of those things are resonating in a different way than they ever have.
Hmm. Wow. I just want to validate what you're saying, what you're going through. As we go through transitions, and aren't just one or two transitions in life as we grow into God, as we grow into love, greater and greater love, there are things that have been keeping us from love that need to fall away. And like maybe a crab sheds its exoskeleton because it grows out of the thing that was protecting it, the very thing that was keeping it alive in
Mm,
certain situations. And then when it breaks out of that exoskeleton, man, that's got to feel vulnerable for a while
yeah.
until that thing hardens and it needs to be broken and transcended as well, right? And
Mm,
all of it is God's grace helping us wherever we're at, helping us grow, helping us be protected, helping us be safe for a time until we're ready
yeah,
to shed and grow again.
it's a good analogy.
And who knows the end of the shedding? Who knows the end of the growth? I know I have still so much more to learn to love. And so I'm really grateful that you've let us into this experience of this transition, this vulnerability, this transcending something, letting something die so that something new and more loving can be reborn.
Yeah. Thanks for talking through it with me.
Yeah.
But I think it's your turn now.
Okay, we're gonna end this episode. So just kidding.
No, no, no.
No, we can totally do it. Maybe next episode you hit me with it. What if we end this with just a short little practice for all the listeners, um, to maybe practicing accepting death and accepting birth as we go through transitions and transformations and confusions that come.
Yeah.
And these can be small, these can be big. Sometimes the transitions and transformations just feel like everything all at once is changing.
Mm,
And other times it's like, oh, something's shifting in a relationship, something's shifting in my belief system, something's shifting in how my worldview, how I see the world, who I am. Any of those, all of those have some similar dynamics to them.
mhm,
And so maybe we can just do a little practice to end today, an acceptance and compassion practice, just for a few minutes, so that we can allow ourselves to die and allow ourselves to be reborn. As Jesus said, whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
mm,
And so we're just going to practice losing our lives for a few minutes. And Savannah, it was so beautiful to hear you describe losing a part of yourself and finding a new part of yourself. Um, so let's just settle in, and as we do on this podcast, take some time for stillness, to allow ourselves to be, to allow the divine to work in us. So if you want to just get somewhere where you can be comfortable, maybe close your eyes so you can focus and not be distracted by what's going on around you, and just turn your attention to your inner world. And take a deep, compassionate, accepting breath and relax and just recognize what it feels like to be you right now. There's no right or wrong. If it doesn't feel comfortable, that's perfectly acceptable. If it feels wonderful, that is perfectly acceptable. And if it doesn't feel comfortable, let's just go ahead and accept that and allow whatever feelings are there to be there. Take a moment to notice and name those feelings. Are you feeling nervousness or fear, discomfort, or maybe a sense of well-being and peace? Maybe you're feeling like I am, a sense of connection to Savannah and gratitude for her sharing her journey with us and feeling like there's somebody else going through these things that I and so many others are going through. Whatever feelings are coming up, just notice them. You can give them a name, but don't get caught up if you can't give it a name. And just welcome it. Maybe even speak directly to the feeling. You're welcome to be here. And trust in your wise body to be able to hold it, allow it to be there. And if it's something that needs to pass through you and move on, just allow your body to hold it, take care of it. If something feels stuck, just breathe into it. As you breathe in, extend to it more acceptance, more welcome. It can stay as long as it needs to stay and do the wise work that it needs to do inside of you. And maybe turn your attention toward any transition or changes or transformations that you feel yourself going through lately. What have you felt shifting? Is there something that you felt that's going through a type of death? And without clinging to it, extend to it a sense of gratitude for what it's brought into your life, what it's taught you, how it's molded you, shaped you, kept you safe. And maybe you can, maybe you can't see what's being born in its place. But allow yourself to open up to whatever is new, whatever is forming, whatever the divine is bringing in to make you new and fulfill your purpose, your direction to a greater degree than you even have to this point. Whatever comes up, pleasant or unpleasant, welcome it and just extend a trust to the divine, to the higher power, to God, to whatever's alive for you, that's greater than you, that knows better than you, that is wiser than your desire for safety or even comfort. And allow yourself to just trust that the divine is doing a great work in you. And as you unclench, as you let go of clinging, you can perhaps find a sense of rest, of peace, and of harmony with things just as they are. Feel free to pause if you'd like to sit with this practice, allowing death and birth to be what they need to be. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and maybe look around you in the world. That is the nature of things. Constant death, constant birth, constant change, impermanence everywhere we look. And there's harmony in it. It's all part of the beautiful harmony, the divine harmony of what is. And what an amazing opportunity to be able to feel it working in us, right? So, Savannah, thank you so much for sharing what you shared today.
Yeah.
Any last words of wisdom?
Hang on. Good luck.
Absolutely. Hang on. Good luck. Harmony is unfolding in the world, in you, even though it doesn't feel like you may have closeness to God or spirit or
Mm,
all of the things that felt safe before. You are embodying those things to a higher level as you allow yourself to let go and transform and be transformed.
mm. Thank you. Thanks,
Thanks
everybody.
for being with us, everybody. And thanks to our producer, Stephanie Allerton, who is helping us starting now. You guys might notice that the thing starts to get good maybe because we've got Stephanie on board. Yeah. So we're grateful for Stephanie helping us out and being with us. And we will catch you next time on The Call to Harmony.
See ya. Thank you for listening, and we hope you will join us next time on The Call to Harmony.